much at home. Two of them were sprawled upon Malamute Kid's bunk, singing chansons which their French forebears sang in the days when first they entered the northwest land and mated with its Indian women. Bettel's bunk had suffered a similar invasion, and 3 or 4 lusty voyagers worked their toes among its blankets as they listened to the tale of one who had served on the boat brigade with Woolsey when he fought his way to Khartoum. And when he tired, a cowboy told of courts and kings and lords and ladies he had seen when Buffalo Bill toured the capitals of Europe. In a corner, 2 half-breeds, ancient comrades in a lost campaign, mended harnesses and talked of the days when the Northwest flamed with insurrection and Louis Riel was king. Rough jests and rougher jokes went up and down, and great hazards by trail and river were spoken of in the light of commonplaces, only to be recalled by virtue of some grain of humour or ludicrous happening. Prince was led away by these uncrowned heroes who had seen history made, who regarded the great and the romantic as but the ordinary and the incidental in the routine of life. He passed his precious tobacco among them with lavish disregard, and rusty chains of reminiscence were loosened and forgotten Odysseys resurrected for his especial benefit. When conversation dropped and the travellers filled the last pipes and unlashed their tight-rolled sleeping furs, Prince fell back upon his comrade for further information. "Well, you know what the cowboy is," Malamute Kid answered, beginning to unlace his moccasins, "and it's not hard to guess the British blood in his bed partner. As for the rest, they're all children of the coureur du bois, mingled with God knows how many other bloods. The 2 turning in by the door are the regulation breeds or bois brule. That lad with the worsted breech scarf? Notice his eyebrows and the turn of his jaw. Shows a Scotchman wept in his mother's smoky teepee. And that handsome-looking fella putting the capote under his head is a French half-breed. You heard him talking. He doesn't like the 2 Indians turning in next to him. You see, when the breeds rose under Riel, the full-bloods kept the peace, and they've not lost much love for one another since. But, I say, what's that glum-looking fella by the stove? I swear he can't talk English. He hasn't opened his mouth all night." "You're wrong. He knows English well enough. Did you follow his eyes when he listened?" "I did. But he's neither kith nor kin to the others. When they talked their own patois, you could see he didn't understand. I've been wondering myself what he is. Let's find out." "Fire another couple of sticks into the stove," Malamute Kid commanded, raising his voice and looking squarely at the man in question. He obeyed at once. "Had discipline knocked into him somewhere?" Prince commented in a low tone. Malamute Kid nodded, took off his socks and picked his way among the recumbent men to the stove. There he hung his damp footgear among a score or so of mates. "When do you expect to get to Dawson?" he asked tentatively. The man studied him a moment before replying. "They say 75 miles, so maybe 2 days." The very slightest accent was perceptible, while there was no awkward hesitancy or groping for words. "Been in the country before?" "No." "Northwest Territory?" "Yes." "Born there?" "No." "Well, where the devil were you born? You're none of these." Malamute Kid swept his hand over the dog drivers, even including the 2 policemen who had turned into Prince's bunk. "Where did you come from? I've seen faces like yours before, though I can't remember just where." "I know you," he irrelevantly replied, at once turning the drift of Malamute Kid's questions. "Where? Ever see me?" "No, your partner, him priest, Pastilik, long time ago. Him ask me if I see you, Malamute Kid. Him give me grub. I no stop long. You heard him speak about me." "Oh, you're the fella that traded the otterskins for the dogs." The man nodded, knocked out his pipe, and signified his disinclination for conversation by rolling up in his furs. Malamute Kid blew out the slush lamp and crawled under the blankets with Prince. "Well, what is he?" "Dunno. Turned me off somehow and then shut up like a clam. But he's a fella to whet your curiosity. I've heard of him. All the coast wondered about him 8 years ago. Sort of mysterious, you know. He came down out of the north in the dead of winter, many 1,000 miles from here, skirting Bering Sea and travelling as though the devil were after him. No one ever learned where he was from, but it must have come far. He was badly travel-worn when he got food from the Swedish...